If your business was a plane, then your high-level dashboard is the cockpit. The problem is most people are flying blind. They're staring at way too many dials, or worse, the wrong ones. So in today's Friday live coaching call, I'm going to show you how to cut through the noise and set up a dashboard for your specific needs. Plus, for all of our Smart Directory AI users, I'll show you how to set up a smart control center and track just 5 simple metrics that will tell you exactly how your directory is performing. We're going to track delivered emails, opens, clicks, live listings, and consumer accounts. When you know these numbers, you can then make informed decisions to steer your business with confidence and grow it faster than ever. Hey, aloha, Tom Gaddis here. Welcome to the Aloha Friday marketing coaching call. I am excited to be here, excited to see everyone else here as well. We got a packed show for you today. I'm going to do some training on how to set up a high-level dashboard. That's over there. Okay, good. Also, I'm going to take your questions. We've got some awesome shout outs. We had a lot of great stuff going on here this past week at Offline Sharks and Smart Directory AI. So I am excited to get diving in. Actually, before I dive into the training, I want to ask you guys a question. What do you do when everything seems to be going sideways? I know this is a little bit of a digression, but let me tell you what happened to me this week. On Sunday, my internet went down. It came back on. On Monday, I did the Smart Directory AI onboarding call. Afterwards, my internet went down and it was off until yesterday. What would you do in that situation? So I'm going to tell you what I did. I ordered a really advanced modem so I can set up some backup systems. I found another hardwired internet provider. I started we need to have some backup plans in place. And then I just went to a WeWork facility and did all my work from there. I bring all that up just to say, look, things happen to everyone. Life throws all kinds of stuff at all of us. But no matter what, you still have to stay focused and get the things done that you need to get done, whatever that means. If it means working late into the evening for an entire week because that's just how it is, then you just have to come to acceptance with that. So I wanted to share that because I know a lot of times people look at what we're doing and they think, wow, it just must be so easy. You guys just fly through and do all this stuff. Look, we experience a lot of the same problems that you do, and sometimes even bigger problems because we're a bigger organization. We have 2 businesses. They both do really well. So a lot going on. So I just wanted to share that real quick. And now I'm going to dive in to today's training. So we're talking about high-level dashboards. And I want you to imagine walking into the control room at NASA. So you got this wall of screens. There's all these blinking lights. That is what high-level can feel like at first, right? But in reality, you only need your mission-critical instruments. And this is something that we're going to be focusing on a lot when it comes to high level, is helping you kind of curb that overwhelmed feeling. A lot of people get into high level and they think you need to know, they want to learn all the advanced stuff before they've mastered the fundamentals, before they've done the simplest things. We need to change that. We want to do very simple things, very small steps to start so that we get comfortable. And then that makes all the advanced stuff so much easier. So we've got an exciting thing that's going to be coming out next week. I'm not going to spill the beans yet. That is our training from us to help you do that type of a thing. But today's training is also an extension of that because high-level dashboards give you access to almost any metric that you can think of, right? And for Smart Directory AI users, you can give you a focused set of KPIs, right, that you can use to drive growth for your directory site. So I want to show you a little bit about the dashboards. We're going to cover some of the general things. And then I'm actually going to show you how I set up a very simple dashboard to track 5 key metrics at our smart directory site, Hawaii Thrive. Show you how you can do that and all that stuff as well. We'll even talk about some of the quirky things in HighLevel. I'm also going to show you, well, what if the dashboard isn't giving you accurate information or you don't think it's giving you accurate information? How can you go and double check those numbers and statistics? I'll cover all that as well. So welcome everybody. Dorn, Barbara, Margie, Jason, Cody. Excited to see everybody here. Dr. Thomas F. Scotton, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so let's dive in. So I am going to share my screen here real quick, and I'm going to show you a couple of different things. So I'm going to share my entire screen. We want to share this one. Pardon me. Okay, so I'm logged into our agency dashboard. So some of you, depending on what plan you have, some of this functionality that I'm going to go over today may have some limits on it. I know that there are limits to how many dashboards you can have and different things like that in the $97 a month plan, the basic HighLevel plan. So if you're in that plan and you're trying to do something I'm showing and you don't see it, it's probably because you have a limit on what you can do in your dashboards there. If you're on anything but the $97 plan, obviously all this functionality unlocks and you can do all the different things that I'm going to show you here today, but we're going to cover all of that stuff. And even if you're on the $97 basic HighLevel plan, you should be able to do the basic dashboard that I'm going to walk you through and show you and all that stuff. So there are 2 different dashboards in HighLevel. One is your agency dashboard. So when you log into your agency account, if you click this agency dashboard, it pulls up a dashboard that just shows you some different statistics. It's got summary, it's got rebilling. This was something new they added. So if you're reselling HighLevel services, you can click on this rebilling tab and see your reseller stats and different things like that at a glance. Some really just high-level view of just what's going on in your main HighLevel agency account. But you get different types of dashboards in your sub-accounts. So let me go over to the Mina Marketing sub-account. So as you guys know, Mina Marketing is our agency. So when you're in a sub-account view, you'll notice this no longer says agency dashboard. It just says dashboard, right? And if I click on this, here is a custom dashboard that we set up for Mina Marketing. Now, let me just go over some of the basics of the dashboard interface and functions in HighLevel. So you see where it says dashboard right here? To the left of that, there's this little blue button. And if you click that, you'll see that there is a drop down. Now, we are on a higher HighLevel plan. So we have the ability to make custom dashboards and switch between them. Okay, and we can search our dashboards and we can set what dashboard we want here. So this is the default dashboard in this account, but you can see there's an NPM dashboard. So if I were to click on this, you'll see it loads a completely different dashboard with different filters and all those things. So you can switch between dashboard views in your account using this little drop-down menu as well. And when you're on a dashboard, there's over here in the upper right, there's the date range for this dashboard. So if you click on this, you can set various date ranges. Like this is showing a range from July 16th to August 15th, but I can change this to just this week, or I can change this to last week, or I can change this to this year, or I can change it to this month, right? So I can adjust the various views on my dashboards and the information it's showing from here in this date range part. This little pencil is how we edit a dashboard. I'm going to show you some things on that here in just a moment. And then over here, you can see if I click these little dots, there's some other dashboard options. So I can clone this dashboard. I can duplicate it to another account. I can upload a dashboard template. I can set this as the default dashboard if I want, right? I can manage my dashboard time zone. I can manage permissions. Now, I can't delete this dashboard because it's set as the default. But like if I were to go over here to the NPM dashboard and, well, actually here, let's just go to whatever this one is here that just says dashboard. So let's say that I don't want this dashboard anymore. Well, I can just click on these three little buttons and I just click delete. Because this is not the default dashboard, it will delete it. So if I wanted to delete my default dashboard, I would need to select another dashboard and make it the default by clicking on these three little dots, set it as the default dashboard, and then I could go back and delete any dashboards that aren't set as the default. So I hope that makes sense to everyone. I know a lot of people sometimes, if you import a snapshot, dashboards can be imported as well. Pardon me. And if you see a dashboard that you don't want in your account, that's how you would go in and delete it and take it off and set whatever dashboard you want. So I'm going to go back to our default dashboard here. And I want to talk about some of the things that we track in Mina Marketing, because Mina Marketing is what I would call on the advanced end of the dashboard, right? We have a lot of systems and things built out in Mina Marketing. We've got a customer rating system that we use for retention and things like that. So you're going to see in our dashboard, we have things like the number of AAA prospects, the number of 1A prospects, the number of B prospects, the number of C prospects. We've got upsell opportunities, scheduled sales appointments. I have a thing here that's tracking the number of outbound calls. So you can see in the last 30 days, we've made 635 outbound calls, right? Down here, we've got a lead source report. We've also got our Google Analytics for minamarketing.com, so you can see traffic there. We've also got deals closed. Our Google business profile information is linked here for Mina Marketing, right? So we can see total views, maps, all these things, calls. Here's some company-wide daily appointments chart, funnels, phone call leads, opportunity status. So this, again, is our agency dashboard. And, you know, you can make this specific to you. I want to give you a couple of guidelines, though, when you're creating a dashboard. Let me just get over here into my main. So when you're creating a dashboard, you don't need to know every stat and metric that's going on in your business. You want to pick out the key metrics that allow you to impact your revenue producing activities the most. So obviously at Mina Marketing, calls made, appointments booked, all that kind of stuff is very important. Lead flow, always very important to any business. So when you're setting up a dashboard, you want to start with just the key metrics. Like, I don't know that I would put all of this in a dashboard if we were just starting again, right? Like, we've been around for a while. This dashboard has kind of evolved and grown as the business has evolved and grown. So start with maybe just 3 or 4 metrics that you want to be able to see at a glance, set those up, track those, and you can add more metrics as you're like, oh, it'd be nice if I knew this, nice if I knew that, as you move along. That's the way to set up a dashboard and not get overwhelmed and not get lost in paralysis by analysis, right? So let me show you how to edit this dashboard, and then I'm going to show you how to set up a dashboard for if you're a Smart Directory AI user, a very simple one that'll give you some 5 key metrics that are awesome to track. So to edit a dashboard, you just click this little pencil and it opens up a couple of options. You can see we can change the dashboard name. So I'm going to make this Mina Marketing, right? I can give it a custom name. I can save the changes, and then I can add widgets. So these are all widgets on this dashboard. I can move these widgets around by simply dragging and dropping them because I'm in the edit mode. So I can arrange these widgets any way I want. If I click this add widget button, you will see all of the different types of widgets that you can add to your HighLevel dashboard. So there are 17 widgets that can be added that have to do with contacts. And every widget that you add, you can control how that information is displayed. So if you want to show it as numbers, you can show it as numeric. You can show things as a pie chart. You can show it as a line graph. You can show it as a bar graph, as a horizontal bar graph, and there's a table. So these are all the different ways that you can use to display the information as well, depending on how you want. So like these 6 widgets right here, these are all numeric, but this widget is a pie chart, right? And I don't know, this one is a table right here. So you can see some of the different views. Now, if you click on the little arrow next to contacts, you'll see all the different things that can be tracked related to contacts. You can track contact count, contacts by source, contact mediums, your top sources, contacts by count by tags. We're going to actually use this one when we set up our Smart Directory AI dashboard. So assigned users, company names, like these are all the different little widgets you can add that will show you different things about contacts. And then you have all that as well when it comes to appointments. There's 15 widgets on appointments. So there's appointment count over date range, confirmed, showed, no shows, canceled, appointment counts by status, all of these different things here as well. So again, you know, HighLevel allows you to track just about everything. Opportunities, which if you remember, opportunities are part of pipelines. We did a training a few weeks ago where I showed you how to set up a pipeline to track how prospects move through your sales cycle or through your onboarding cycle. So you can set widgets based up on what's going on with those opportunities, like the ones that are won, the ones that are lost. You could talk about abandon, opportunity count, opportunities over time, right? Counts by status. You can set up all different types of things here as well. Show the amount of revenue you've generated with one, all that stuff here in the opportunities. And it goes on like this. Visitor data. Look at this. 13 widgets for visitor data. Okay. We can go back to emails. Here's a bunch of different things we can track in emails. Were they accepted? Were they delivered? Were they opened? Were they clicked? Were they replied? Did they soft bounce? Did they hard bounce? Did they fail? How many people unsubscribed? Emails by domain, right? All these different metrics as well in emails. And we can do the same thing with calls. You see there's 13 widgets for calls, conversations, 12, payments, 17, pardon me, and general 14 widgets. So we can see opportunity status. These are just a bunch of different ones that you can look here. Tasks that need to be done, all that kind of stuff as well, right? Plus a lot of things, Google Analytics, Facebook Ads Report, Google Business Profile, Google Ads Report, all those things as well. So there are just a ton of ways you can customize this. So how do you handle that? Well, you simplify. Instead of trying to go in and show every little thing that you need, again, look at your business, identify the top 3 or 4 metrics that you would like to see at a glance on a daily basis and start there. And then as you're operating your business, if you find yourself constantly looking for a stat, that's probably something you should add to your dashboard. So we want to keep the dashboard simple, only add what you need, and then let them grow as you kind of grow and grow in your business as well. So those are the widgets. So let's talk a little bit about the elements. So you can also add elements to a dashboard. So you can embed custom code. You can add titles. You can add images. This is how I have the Mina Marketing logo showing here because I just added an image widget and then I just uploaded the Mina Marketing logo. You can also add a text box. There's also different themes that you can select for color combinations. And then you can also add in custom metrics. This is a little more advanced. I'm not going to go into detail here, but you just create this custom metrics and you can start from scratch or you can clone existing. HighLevel will walk you through that. All right. So everybody with me so far on dashboards. I want to just feel like I'm talking to myself here. All right. Okay, yes. Okay, good. Finally, I saw yes. I was like, uh-oh, did my internet go out again? No. Okay, so now that's the general stuff of a dashboard. And once you set it up the way you want, you just click Save Changes. And now the dashboard, none of these things move. Everything is static and it's all set up, right? So you can see the name changed from dashboard to Mind of Marketing. And it's also changed in this list here as the dashboards that are here. So when your business revolves around your smart directory AI site, you obviously don't need every number, right? You need the numbers that show audience growth, engagement, and directory activity. So whenever I'm setting up a dashboard, when I was setting up the dashboard for our smart directory AI site, I really wanted to focus on 5 key smart directory AI methods: delivered emails, opened emails, clicked emails, live listings, and consumer accounts. Now, obviously, if you're not a smart directory AI user, you could set up a simple dashboard like I'm going to show here in a moment as well, tracking these same things for you. If you're doing cold email outreach, or if you're doing running Facebook ads, or if you're doing cold calling, you can see you can add widgets for those types of things to track your numbers. There's an old saying, know thy numbers, right? I think Moses said that when he came down from the mountain, know thy numbers. And that is very, very important in business. But so many people have no idea what their numbers are. They're just guessing, right? And dashboards and these types of metrics allow you to really focus in on some key numbers and know them. And look, you don't need to know all your numbers. You just need to know a few that help you make informed decisions. So I'm going to switch over to our Hawaii Thrive sub account here. And you're going to see the simple dashboard I created on these 5 metrics for Hawaii Thrive: delivered emails, opened emails, clicked emails, and live listings, consumer accounts as well. I'm going to walk you through how I set this up, but I want to talk a little bit about why these metrics, right? And then show you, well, what happens if you're, like this is tracking all the open emails that all happen in the sub account, not just the prospecting emails that you send out. So how do you see what's going on with your prospecting emails specifically? I'm going to show you that. And then we're going to cover some other things as well. So the reason I focused in on these 5 KPIs is because if I can go and see, like, if I see my emails aren't being delivered, then I have a deliverability problem. So I know what to look at, what to fix, right? If I see that my emails are being delivered, but they're not being opened, then I know that, maybe my email subject line is not good. What can I do to try to increase my open rate? If I see my emails are being opened, but they're not being clicked, again, that gives me actionable data that I can then go, oh, this click rate is really low. Well, what is in that email? How can I adjust and edit this email to get more clicks on this link, right? So for me, these types of things are critical because it allows me to assess how my prospecting is going. And I'm not just making random changes in the dark. Like, I'm making informed changes. If I know my emails are being delivered, but they're not being opened, changing the subject line, testing various subject lines is a smart, informed move because I know that's my problem, right? Like, no one can click a link. Like, if I see opens are down and link clicks are down, I always want to start with the opens because no one can click a link if they don't open the email. So maybe my email isn't good, but maybe not. It could just be the open part of it. Does that make sense to everybody? Awesome. So here's how I set up this dashboard. All I did was went into the little pencil and pardon me, I just added the widgets that I wanted. So I went down to emails and I added delivered emails, opened emails, clicked emails. You can even add a section for replied emails. That would probably be good too. Those are the ones that I added for this dashboard. And I set up the delivered as a chart, right? So the delivered are set up as a line chart, or no, I'm sorry, a bar chart here. And then everything else I just did as numerics. And then once I had these 5 things in, you might want to make a note of those 5. Again, delivered emails, opened emails, clicked emails, live listings, consumer accounts. I just gave my dashboard a name, HT dashboard, and I just saved it. And so now I can come here and just get a quick snapshot of what's going on, right? But I want to dive deeper. I want to really see, like, how is every email in that free listing outreach sequence going? What's going on with each of those emails? Well, HighLevel makes it pretty easy to take a look at that as well, but you don't do it here in your dashboard. What you do is you go over to the marketing tab on the left. So we're going to go to marketing and we're going to click on emails right here. And you're going to see the first tab is statistics, right? Now, HighLevel gives you the ability to show what's going on in all your campaigns, email campaigns, workflow campaigns, or bulk action campaigns. So what does that mean? Well, this is obviously all campaigns. This is any email campaigns you have set up. But as you know, the Smart Directory AI, those are workflows, right? The free listing outreach workflow. We drop prospects into the workflow and they run through a sequence. So we want to select this one, workflow campaigns. And then we can scroll down and we can see what's going on with our email. So 203 delivered. So this is a date range of August the 9th through August the 15th, right? So we can see a little bar chart. I can see 203 delivered, 9 bounced, 2 people unsubscribed. My open rate is over 50%. That is awesome, right? And then, see, it'll show me my top performing emails. Now, here's something I notice right off the bat. So, pardon my cough there. It looks like HighLevel is having some kind of glitch because this says there were 203 emails delivered, but this is showing only 2 and 1 and 1. So something isn't right with this chart. So I'm probably going to need to reach out to HighLevel support and see what's going on with this chart, because I bet what gives it away is this. It says it was last updated on August the 9th, but today is already the 15th. So it's not updating this data correctly. So if I go back, this is what it should look like. If I go back to August the 7th through August the 9th and click confirm, this is how you set your date range for something. You'll see, now this was a small campaign of 44 emails I sent out. This is what it should look like. It'll show you that, look, there were 100 emails delivered, a 41% open rate. Email 1, the notification and introduction, is a 51, almost a 52% open rate with a 9.68% click rate. And then you can see email 2, 47, pardon me, with a 47.37% open rate with the click rate. I mean, these are great numbers. Email 4, 50% open rate, right? So this is what these numbers down here should look like. So something is wonky in HighLevel, right? Because this should not be showing only 1 and 2 emails delivered. So what do I do here? Do I just stop what I'm doing and be like, I can't tell from this report, I'm stuck? No, there's actually other ways we can go and look at individual email performance as well to give us an idea of what's going on and make sure everything is working. So to do that, all I need to do is go into the automations themselves. So I'm going to, let me see. Their only 2 options are open rate and click rate. But these delivered, like, see, here's the delivered change. Do you see that? So now there's 53 delivered, 56% open rate, but that should be changing too based on the open rate. Like, I know that there's more than 2 emails that were opened from this. I know, and I'll show you how I know, because I've checked. I went and double checked these numbers. When I saw this, I'm like, well, that doesn't seem right. Is something wrong with my workflow? Did my emails not get sent out? I need to troubleshoot. So the way I did that was I went into automation and I went into the Smart Directory AI workflows. I went into the outreach workflows, and the free listing outreach workflow is the one that we're sending people through, right? So you can see right now there's a total of 145 people enrolled in that, 98 that are active. So there's people in the workflow. So what's going on here? So if I click on it, well, I can see right now I have 98 people that are in the wait 2 days section. So 98 people have already gone through this email one. So I want to see, well, what is going on there? So if I click on this, it opens up the tab where you can edit this information, but you'll see next to edit action, there's statistics. Okay. So if I click on statistics, you can see that there's 99 total, 87.88% were delivered. So I know my emails are getting delivered. 50.57 opened, almost a 15% click-through rate, replied 5.75, bounced. So I can look at, this is just for this specific email. So I know that that chart in the workflow automation isn't right? Because I'm getting different numbers here. So something is wonky there in HighLevel. Now, let's say that I thought, well, maybe, what happened with this email and all that stuff? Well, I could go on here as well. And let me see here if I can remember where to find this for you. Oh, no, not here. I can go to the execution logs of the workflow itself, and I can see what's going on with all these contacts. So if I want to see how many were added, well, let's just do send email. So here's everybody that got email number 1, right? And if I thought, well, did they actually get the email? Or if this said, I can see that all of these were executed. But if this said something like failed or not delivered, well, then I could click on this view details and I could see exactly what's going on the back end. HighLevel will tell me whether it was a success or not. And if it wasn't, what actually went wrong. So this is a way that you can troubleshoot your emails and your workflows and see what's happening, right? So that's what I did there. So 2 ways to check in that workflow dashboard or to go into the workflow. Again, you just click on whatever email you want to see the stats on, and you click statistics right here, and it shows you again, what your open rates are and all that stuff as well. Now, when someone replies to these emails, that all happens in the conversations tab. So I've cleared all the conversations, but you can see here's all the recent responses that I've gotten from the outreach that we've been doing. So when I want to see, did anybody respond? Do I need to respond to anyone? I just go to conversations and I can find them and respond here. So you can see I'm responding to this person, all those different things that are happening in there, right? Now, that's how we can track the email and different things like that in HighLevel, because all of those functions in Smart Directory AI are handled by HighLevel. What's handled in Smart Directory AI in the main dashboard are your claimed businesses. So this chart on the front of Smart Directory AI tracks claim requests and claim requests approved. So if you go to this business section, you'll see here's claim requests and here's new business requests. What are the difference between these? Well, let me tell you real quick. A new business request is if someone goes to your directory site and they click this add new business button, that is a new business request, and you will see it show up here. A claim request is when someone goes to an individual listing and they click claim this business. So I'm going to log in as myself and show you what I mean. So if I go to a business like this Maui, Hawaii one, see how it says claim this business? I'm logged into my account. If I click this claim this business button, then that claim request will show here. And I, as the admin of the site, need to go in and approve it. So remember, when you send out a prospecting email, the person gets it. It tells them they have a listing on your directory site. They click the link. It takes them to their listing to claim it. They can't claim it until they create an account. So they create an account, and when they create that account, it should automatically claim that business to the account they created. Now, if that doesn't happen for some reason, then they've still created an account, but all they have to do is go to their listing and click this claim green business button. Okay. And then once they do that, it will show up here in claim requests. Once you go in and approve it, then they have an account and the business is accepted to them. Is everybody with me on that? Okay. All right. So that's what's showing up here. This is showing all the claim requests sent in and the ones that were approved or any that were rejected. Okay. All right. So how do you use this dashboard daily? Well, look, I like to check first thing when I get up, are email engagement rates holding? How are my campaigns looking? Does it look like there's any problems in my workflows? I also like to do a weekly review of open clicks, adjust. That will let me know if I need to adjust subject line or offers or edit emails. Are the live listings on the site increasing? So like right now, I myself am doing all the adding of businesses to Hawaii Thrive. But if I had someone on my team doing it, I could track this and look at how many live listings number, and I can see, is my outsourcer is my VA actually doing the work, right? So I can check, right? If there's not a big push, then we need to get going on that, right? If consumer accounts stall, I could focus on, well, what do I need to change in those workflows to make sure people are creating an account, claiming their businesses, all that stuff, right? And then I like to just go in and kind of double check some of those numbers in the workflows themselves, like I showed you, okay? That way I can identify drop-off points, see what emails get engagement and which ones don't, and then I can make adjustments. Now, here's a pro tip. That is the type of information that you're looking for. Those are the stats that you want to use to tweak subject lines, timing, and call to action placement. So I may test sending the email one out on different days to see, do I get a bigger open rate sending it on a Tuesday versus a Monday or a Wednesday versus a Friday? So I can go in and look at those individual stats and see those types of things. So I'm not just guessing. I'm not just thinking, oh, I think that'll work. Like I'm actually implementing, doing the actions, and then making adjustments based on the results I'm getting. That is one of the biggest things that I see stall most people is they think that they can just figure it all out before they start taking the actions. That has not been our experience. Our experience is you get it set up to the best of your ability, but then you have to start taking the action to really understand, learn, and tweak the thing, because no matter what things you think are going to happen, that is usually not what happens. That has been proven to me over and over. I make all kinds of problems like, well, what if this and what if that? And then those things never happen. And some things that I had no idea would happen do, and I have to make adjustments. So the proper way to do this is get it set up and then start doing the action and then make adjustments as you go, right? Now, for those of you that may be new to AI, Smart Directory AI, and you're like, hey, well, what the heck is Smart Directory AI? Smart Directory AI is a prospecting system that we use for our agency. So instead of prospecting as an agency, we prospect from a local community resource site called HawaiiThrive.com. By the way, everyone watching this video, please do not go to HawaiiThrive.com and create consumer accounts or try to test out directory functions on HawaiiThrive.com. That is our working directory site. Don't add businesses to it. Please leave it alone. That is our working agency site. If you want to test out functions or things, go to the demo site. So Cameron, maybe you can post a link to the Smart Directory AI demo site. So if people want to go add consumer accounts, add businesses, do all that stuff, you can do it there, but please don't do it to Hawaii Thrive. If you're like, well, what is the Smart Directory AI thing? It sounds awesome. I want to see more info about it. You can go to smartdirectory.ai and there's a page that gives you info. There's like a 10-minute video of me walking through Smart Directory AI, what it does, how we use it for prospecting, all of that stuff. So just go to smartdirectory.ai and check it out. You can see it there. Now, to kind of wrap this up, I want to give you some pro tips for staying on track. One, you can automate alerts for big changes in any metric. You can save your Directory AI dashboard as the default view in HighLevel, and just take, at least on a weekly and month-over-month basis, take some time to just kind of review your monthly stats side by side so you can spot long-term trends or see what's going on. So look, HighLevel has unlimited dashboard options. If you want to set one of these up, I recommend you pick 3 to 5 key metrics to start with, then start actually prospecting and add any other metrics that you might want to see on a daily basis as you're doing the thing, right? If you find yourself constantly searching for a metric that's not in your dashboard on a daily basis, add it to the dashboard. That's how you make an effective dashboard, not by just piling everything in there and trying to look at it on a daily basis, okay? If you're a Smart Directory AI user, the 5 metrics I recommend you track are email, are the 5 email stats I covered, right? The email deliverability, email open, email clicks. You might want to track live listings and consumer listings as well. Also, take some time to go into those workflows and review those email performance metrics, right? So here's what I want everyone to do today, especially all you Smart Directory AI users. I want you over the weekend to log into your HighLevel account, and I want you to build out the simple Smart Directory AI Control Center that I just showed you in this training. I want you to start to have that in place so that as you're prospecting, or if you're already prospecting, you can start running your business from the numbers that matter and have a good view on what you should be looking at to change and what you don't need to waste your time on changing and all that stuff as well. So that is your goal for this weekend. And again, if you're interested in Smart Directory AI, just go to smartdirectory.ai. You can see all about it as well. The way that Smart Directory AI fits into our entire system here is Smart Directory AI is our prospecting method. So look, I've got this awesome little graphic here that the team created, right? So if you look at this graphic, you'll see HighLevel is the foundation. That's how we run our business. And in the AI Fast Track, we talk about HighLevel, why we use it, all that stuff. One of the key things you need to be doing is prospecting. Smart Directory AI is the prospecting system we recommend, especially if you're new, because you do not have to be a salesman. There's nothing high pressure about it. You're providing value up front. It just gives you a great way to start easy conversations, as you'll see in wins and different things like that. And then, of course, AI Profit Center is our AI-focused coaching program as well. And then there's some supplemental things. But this is how Smart Directory AI ties into the AI Agency Fast Track. One of the key revenue-producing activity you can do is prospecting. Smart Directory AI automates that prospecting process for you and allows you to do it without hiring salespeople or appointment setters or teams or anything like that. It just, you can set up and automate it all in Smart Directory AI. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a minute, and I want to do some shark shout outs, and then we're going to take some questions, and we're going to wrap up a little early today because I've got to get my wife to the airport. She's heading out of town tonight. So if you have any questions, pop them in, and I will do my best to get to those. Bill, yes, walking a customer through how to set up a custom dashboard for them could be a great discovery call. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. Okay. So let me take here. Let me see. I'm just making sure I didn't miss any questions. Awesome. Also, next week, we're going to be doing a walkthrough Wednesday, and I'm going to be diving into calendars, setting up booking calendars, appointment follow-up, making sure people show up, all that stuff on next week's walkthrough Wednesday. So keep an eye out for an email for that. Also, too, if you guys don't know, I'm going to be speaking at the HighLevel live event in October. Nick's going to be there with me. If you're in Dallas or you don't mind coming to that area, we'd love to see you there. You can go to offlinesharks.com/GHL Summit, see all the things that are going on. It's going to be a great time. Again, we're speaking there. It's going to be awesome. We'd love for as many of the people in our community to show up and we can hang out and get together and all that stuff as well. So if you're interested, go to offlinesharks.com HighLevel Summit. All right, let me go through some shark shout outs. Here we go. All right. So first of all, I want a big shout out to Ryan B. and Clinton Ford, who both launched their live smart directory AI sites this week. Awesome work, you guys. You'll notice every week we get more and more people launching sites live, all that stuff. So big shout out to Ryan and Clinton. Also a big shout out to all of our accountability people. Look how this list has grown. And what's been really awesome, these are people from the school group, I believe. Oh no, look at all these people that are doing accountability posts in the Facebook group. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I saw these, Laura, Paula, Victoria, Citra, making these posts in the group. Awesome, awesome work. That is what I want to see. Remember, the power of that accountability post isn't if anyone even replies. The power is for you doing it consistently. So keep up the awesome work posting those. All right, every week we like to celebrate the wins in our community. This week is no different. So we want to give a big shark shout out to George Ripley. He recently acquired his 3rd subscription client account. It's for social media management. It's a monthly subscription for content and social media ads. I've been seeing a ton of people posting wins in our group using the social media as their service, the social media posting, which is super easy to do in HighLevel. In fact, last week I did a training on how to use the social planner in HighLevel to post for social media. So awesome work, everybody, getting traction with that strategy. Erica, she got a new app to replace Google Analytics, closed another client for $1,050. She's got a full-time salesperson. She sent a new proposal out for $1,600 monthly recurring revenue. Awesome work, Erica. Just continuing to crush it. Love to see that. Scott Meisner just wrapped up a summer batch of postcard mailers. He mailed 100,000 postcards to 10 areas. Woo! Scott, you're my hero, dude. He shared that this was the toughest quarter ever due to the low economy, vacations, delayed decision making, but he got it already done. He said the last fall batch of 2025 is already halfway full. So awesome work, Scott. Tyler officially started his first direct mail card, 5,000 to one area and 5,000 to the next to it. He's got his first 2 businesses. They bought a spot on both cards. Crushing it, Tyler. Awesome work there. Van landed a client and agreed to help them with social media posts and event planning to earn their trust. Awesome work, Van. That's another one of those posts I was talking about. Uchenna, I hope I said that right. Uchenna booked his first client for video editing. Awesome. Laura Goodrich, who I had the pleasure of talking to live this past week. She closed her second monthly client for social media posting, $520 a month for 3 posts a week on Facebook only. So for all of you that are always in the group asking, what do I charge for social media posting? Here's what an actual person in our group is charging and getting. She's doing 3 posts a week on Facebook only, and she's charging $520 a month for it. She also got a $350 setup fee, which she invoiced and they paid. Awesome stuff, Laura. Next up, Mr. Cody Weaver, construction site, $1,200, social media management, $375 a month. Another example of what people are charging for that service. Window Tint Biz, social media and Google Business Management, $580 a month. Social media management for a real estate broker, $375 a month plus ad spend. Awesome stuff, Cody. That is a grand total for this week of $4,430 for the week of August 9th through the 15th. That is a grand total since the start of 2025 of $790,750.43. We are closing in on $800,000, and next up, that $1 million mark. So congratulations, everybody. Awesome work. Now, let me ask you guys, do you have any questions for me real quick? I got a couple minutes that I can answer a couple questions, and then we are going to do our Cash App giveaway, I have that as well. Also, too, look, if you guys enjoy this training, if you got value from what I covered today at the beginning, do me a favor, make sure like this wherever you're watching it. If you're watching it on YouTube, subscribe, leave me a comment. I would love that. Click the little notifications thing. That lets, YouTube know like, hey, this is good content. Other people might like this as well. I see like we've got, 70 people on here and I've only got 7 likes on Facebook. So where's my YouTube peeps? Give me some likes. Give me some thumbs up. Come on. As my kids used to say when they were little, they'd make all these YouTube videos. Smash that like button. All right. I see a question here. So Margie says, regarding posting on Facebook, can we also automate responses to others' posts? Yes, Margie, you can automate responses. Any other last minute questions before we do our giveaway here? I'm going to give you 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Oh, what is Tom reading? So right now, Patty, I'm not reading anything. I have been too busy dealing with all of the stuff that life has been throwing at me. So look, that's the way it goes sometimes, right? Sometimes we're reading, sometimes we're not. But I will have a book for you soon. I've got one sitting over there. I just haven't started reading it yet. So look, I'm just like you guys, right? Sometimes life happens and I don't get to everything that I want to do, but I don't let that stop me in making traction on the things that are important, right? Yes, reading is important, but more important is prospecting and getting that stuff out and getting all those things together. So I always take care of the the direct money producing activities first. And then those other things like learning and all those things, that's good too. But those are like a little more down on the priority list. Let's focus on the actions that are going to create the money first. Our job is to get the money, right? All that other stuff is just a distraction. We can get to all that stuff later. All right. Yeah. How to Fight Fires by Tom Gaddis. Yes, exactly. Who is he? So Cody showed on there, he was charging $387 for one, I think. And then he had another one that included Google Business Profile Management, and he charged $580 a month. So Citra, you can just go into the group and look at the shoutouts post, and you will see it lists on that post how much everybody is charging for all the services that they're sharing wins on. So if you're a person that's like, hey, I want to get an idea of what everybody's charging, I'd look at those shout out posts every week and just see, oh, here's a website person, what they charge. Start making note of that stuff, and very quickly you'll get an idea of what people are charging and what they're getting. All right, look, we're going to do some Cash App Money giveaway. I want you guys to go and put in hashtag data-driven agency, and I'm going to draw 2 winners and give away $25 in Cash App Moolah. So data-driven agency, put that in. I'm going to take a drink of that Dr. Pepper. If you have a question popping in, I'll see if I can get to it before we go. All right, I see them coming in. Coming in like crazy. Look at this little number just going up and up and up. I'm going to draw 2 winners. So I'm going to let a few more people get in here. I know it's kind of a long word to type, right? Data-driven agency, but that's what we should be focusing on, right? We do not just want to be making random, in the beginning when you have no data, right? Obviously, you're going to have to make your best guess. You're going to have to make decisions on, well, I think this is going to work the best. But once you actually start doing the action of prospecting, you should be looking at your numbers and only making decisions on your numbers and your results, not on what you think is going to work. I see a lot of people go down thinking that they know better, right? Get your ego out of it. Like so many people come into and look at what we're doing with our directory site and they think, yeah, that just seems too simple. I'm going to do this and this is going to work better. And what happens? They never get traction. Yet we're just doing the simple things day in and day out, week after week, month after month, and we're always getting traction. So look, don't Only make it complicated after you're doing the simple stuff. All right. Okay. I'm going to draw for our first $25 Cash App winner. You can, if you haven't put in data-driven agency yet, you can still do it. The numbers will keep going up. Our first winner is Jamil. Jamil, congratulations. Jamil, if you can do me a favor, the team just took down note of your name as a Cash App winner. But if you go to offlinesharks.com/support, just let them know, hey, this is Jamil. I'm the winner. Here's my Cash App tag. They will verify it, and they will get that sent out to you. Jamil, are you in Detroit? Is that where you live? So I lived in Royal Oak for 5 years. So, all right. Any other last-minute entries before we get in here? Okay, here we go. Draw again. Our next winner in $25 in Cash App money is Reno Business. Congratulations, Reno Business. You are the Cash App winner. We'll make a note. Someone on the team will reach out to you, or you can just go to offlinesharks.com/support. Let us know you're the winner, and we'll get that to you. So congratulations. Rose, is that you? Are you Reno Business? I'm curious. Awesome. Awesome stuff. All right. Well, look, this has been a fantastic live show. Again, if you enjoyed this, if you got value from this content, please hit like and subscribe wherever you're watching it. Leave me a comment below, especially if you're on YouTube. I do my best to respond to all of them. Also, we're going to be here next Wednesday. We're going to be doing another walkthrough Wednesday training. I'm going to be going over calendars, how to set them up, how to make a booking link, how to set up appointment reminders, all that kind of stuff to help you in your business and high level with how to do calendars. Next Friday, we're going to be rolling out something very special to help you reduce the overwhelm of high level. I don't say any more about that. So I'll be here, same shark time, same shark channel. What else is going on? If you haven't checked out Smart Directory AI, please do that. Go to smartdirectory.ai, check it out there. If you're in the Dallas area, or you think you could be in the Dallas area, this October 13th through the 17th, Nick and I would love to see you at the High Level Summit. You can just go to offlinesharks.com/GHL Summit to see all the details there. It is going to be an awesome time. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me today on this live coaching call. Look forward to next week. Stay safe out there. Practice aloha, everybody. See you next week.
You've been watching the Aloha Marketing Jam session. We've helped thousands just like you start and scale their businesses. If you'd like our help to grow your business, go to the link on your screen now and let us know how we can help you. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this stream. We'll be back here next Friday for another live show. Until then, aloha.